lights going on this morning. And then we'll get into the van tour. Look at this. Another one, it's like perfect. Got my jacket, my beanie. You never know when you're going to work on a freezer. My little back brace back there. Printer, iPad goes right there, and then the square. This is the square card reader for the chip, so you can get paid. And then in here, I got some tags, labels, spare staples, pens, things like that. I put this. I just stuff all that right there in the middle. 2 seats. I do have a power inverter so I can charge the printer and some other things, some batteries. I got this so I can make the radio station, Bluetooth. My phone can go to that and then come out the speakers. You can listen to a podcast, whatever, things like that. Then I got the lightning cable charger and then the regular mini USB charger for, like my batteries and stuff. I'm charging up my battery right there for my Streamlight. Staggered this box. I should have bought I always had the 3 boxes. I should have bought the 4. You can get it in a 4-banger. And I would have just had to scoot it back a little bit for the seats. But that's as far back as the seats go, so I just staggered the top box. So I got 4 there in the vise. And then what I added was the 3 box right here, and I'll measure that for you guys. In case it might fit in one of those Nissan vans or something like that. If you guys could probably run this whole setup. So you're at 3 feet across, and I believe it's 50 inches long, and you're 6 inches high. So then these are 50 inches long, and then if you got all 4, your total height would be about 2 feet. And then on the width is 1 foot. You can end up with 7 drawers. I always had that rack system, came with the van, and got my Freon tanks. I got my ratchet set on top there, copper fittings, PVC fittings, nitrogen rig, vacuum rigs. And then I go 404, 134, 407, 410, 2 recovery tanks, 2 nitrogens. Got the Navac vacuum pump. I got some water filters over there, spare fan blades. I got the Field Piece 8 CFM vacuum pump here. I got the Mr. 45 up there. I bolted on this drawer unit on top. I got electrical connectors. I got all my flare nuts, copper fittings, machine screws, washers, nuts, lags, all that kind of stuff in here. Bolted down my vise. I got my perma wrap, insulation tape, black duct tape, small little first aid kit, some dust masks for when you're crawling. And then up here what I did is, so these come out like this. You guys have seen this before. They come out real far. I got my 3-in-1 starting components. I got the True relays. I got a Delfield relay, Charleston relay. I got Get Out of a Pickle expansion valve from Danfoss, Sporlan balance port 404, Anthony door torsion rod thing, service valves, different power heads to get me out of a pickle. Then what I did up here was I put my flaring stuff here because I use it quite a bit. Cutting tools, flaring, the magnet for the solenoid valves, and the heat gun right here. Spare cutting wheels, mirrors, pinch off tools right here. Then over here I got the this is the Ketotherm interface right here to make it wireless, so you can get into Ketotherm controllers. You can get this will let you get into the controller with your iPhone or your iPad or your laptop wirelessly. You guys know I really don't have a laptop, so I'm always either on the iPad or the iPhone. I got my start cord in the next box, bunch of different wire nuts and batteries, markers, wire labelers, tape, some spare sensors, and then all my cord caps, male and female. All my batteries for my meters. And that's just got it set up like this right now. I don't know if it'll change. This was always the same. Capacitors, contactors, dryers, motors, condenser fan motors, evaporator fan motors, watt motors, liquid line dryers, contactors, capacitors. So down here I got a recycled solenoid valve that I had pulled out, get me out of a pickle on a Friday night, transformer thermostats, solenoid valves, encapsulated pressure switches, liquid line filter dryer, sight glass combo, thermostat for air conditioning, more liquid line dryers and solenoid valves, Ranco thermostat, defrost timer, and a Charleston relay pack. Down here I got, for the ice makers, I've been using these dishwasher kits and the installs. Oh, I think I had some cap tube up here. Was it this one? Oh yeah, I did have some spare cap tube in there too for the makeup tables. Hardware, nuts, bolts, washers, machine screws, some Pookie tape, recycled cap tube there, leftovers. The Steve Labs hose, it's a great freaking nozzle, the Steve Labs nozzle. H.V.A.C float switch that I harvested. Plumber's torch, more nozzles. Ice maker parts galore right here. Manitowoc and H.V.A.C. H.V.A.C water valve. Digital controls for refrigerators. I got my Mars sensors, more sensors. Oh, and I got the rope in there for the true doors. And a bunch of sensors to get you out of a pickle. And Manitowoc controls, bin stats, water inlet solenoids, dump valve. And that's gonna do it for those. Toolbox that went across here and took up a bunch of space. That's all gone now, so if I get a condensing unit or evap coil, it'll just fit right in here. So I cleaned up that whole area with this drawer unit. It's kind of, I haven't situated it completely yet, but I'm almost there. I got my torch rig, spare spare oxygen, acetylene, rags, gloves, spare soap bubbles. I run my analogs, my 550s, fire extinguisher, some lights, a little tray for nuts and bolts, tool bag and drill. We'll take those out. This is the stuff I use the most, so I got it in the back. Pump sprayer, fill piece probes. This is where I've been putting my vacuum pump oil from the little Navac. There until I can switch it over. I got my oil pump. I got this other little pump here for sucking oil out. Flashlights hanging off magnets. Spare belts for exhaust fans. Temperature gauges here. Spare hose for drain lines. 2 garden hoses for washing out coils. I got the flashlight hanging back there on a magnet, so all that stuff's hanging. And you can see the whole back of this is wide open. Pump sprayer. And then in my milk crate, I got ice machine cleaner, spare grease, motor oil for my engine, vacuum pump oil, my knee pads, my radio, coil cleaner, some POE oil, and some radiator fluid for the van. And then, bam, so this is out of the way, and then there it is. So that's what that's gonna end up looking like. And you got the 3 drawers. What I made here was Bender World. I got all my pipe benders right there. See that? And then I got my pullers and my pipe wrenches and my hammer. And a little hacksaw, things like that. Strap wrench. All right here in this first bin drawer. Kind of got my welding supplies. Oh, I want to put this my rosebud in there. All right, got my welding supplies, Teflon tapes, piped up, my cleaner, PVC cutters, that kind of stuff. And then I went in with all my meters, my backup meters, the Testo Smart probes, Mega Ohmer, CO2 meter. I got my scope, spare leads, manometers and all that kind of stuff, and gas leak detector. So that all goes in that drawer, and you can see how it pulls out like that. And then the last drawer is my mayhem tools. I got all my hangers and my cutting wheels and lags, saw blades, drill bits, hole saws, all my Dremel stuff for cutting. That's all in that section. Over here is all my, just my loose tools. I got star wrenches and Allen wrenches, even a spare pulley, snap ring, pliers. This is all my junk tool drawer. My extensions for my hole saws, my long aircraft drill bits, rivet gun, all my sheet metal crap, cutters, knives, spare stuff. Got my wrench for doing the walk-in boxes. All that stuff I put in there. And so I'll get this all back. And then we'll get up in here. I'll show you guys what I got hanging up there. Soap bubbles, spray bottle, wire rack. I made a little wire rack. I got electrical fittings. I got clamps, strut clamps, electrical switches, things of that nature, just like before. Everything up here is just like when I had it set up in the Vangina. Leak detectors, spare copper, drill, heat gun, extension cords, all my cleaning materials and glues and all that kind of stuff are up there. I got a spare condenser fan motor hiding out there in the corner. So that's what it looks like. It's all cleaned up. Get the drawer unit. So it's I got a total of 7 drawers now. What else? Oh, I got my hand trucks over here strapped up. I got that all strapped up too. And that's about it. Just a quick little van tour. Basically what I got in there, lots of parts, tools. And now the minivan's all cleaned up. Mega room. All right, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.